When it comes to stirring emotion, Imola stands alone. A venue where Formula One history unfolds throughout the undulations of a circuit named for the founding father of Ferrari. Today, one of motorsport's grandest stages has weathered the storms of previous years and now stands ready to host a Grand Prix once again. It is a place that reminds you that racing can be both cruel and magnificent. This is sport at speed at a storied location. It has 19 turns. It runs to 4.9 kilometers, 3 miles in length. It is the venue for the Emilia Romagna Grand Prix, where the gravel is close and the walls are never too far away. The softest compounds in the range for the drivers to use today across 63 racing laps. The soft, the medium and the hard. It is an expected one-stop race. So when you pit, absolutely vital. It is nearly time for round 7 of the Formula One World Championship in 2024. But first, the grid with Fernando Alonso changing parts. He starts from the pit lane. Logan Sargent lines up last on the grid therefore. Then it's Kevin Magnussen, who was held up in Q1. He's next to Zhou Guanyu, who is 17th. Valtteri Bottas, former pole position winner around here, in 16th. He's next to Pierre Gasly, who is sporting an Ayrton Senna tribute crash helmet. Alex Albon, 14th on the grid for the 4th race in a row. He's next to Lance Stroll. We move to Esteban Ocon in 12th. He's next to Sergio Perez. He was the big surprise of qualifying yesterday out in Q2. It means that he's got Nico Hülkenberg ahead of him in 10th. Daniel Ricciardo made Q3 for the first time this season at his team's home race. Lewis Hamilton is in 8th, and it's a best Grand Prix start of the season for Yuki Tsunoda in 7th place. George Russell lines up in 6th. He was really pleased with his lap. So was Oscar Piastri, but he held up Kevin Magnussen in Q1, got a 3-place penalty for his trouble. It's an all-Ferrari row 2. They just have eyes looking ahead. Sainz in 4th, and then Leclerc in 3rd. Lando Norris on the front row of a Grand Prix for the 6th time in his Formula One career. He is next to Max Verstappen. We go racing in 5 lights time. And the Grand Prix is underway! Even reaction time at the front of the field. Lando Norris is going to try and put the pressure on. Max Verstappen holds the lead, the two Ferraris side by side. Problem for Alex Albon in the Williams, and the Thai driver is coasting slowly. He had come in for the stop. Perez going to make a mistake here because he had a very, very slow lap last time around, and we saw the Aston Martin right behind. He went off.
Yeah, it's easily done.
That's Yuki Tsunoda. That's the overtake that we were mentioning earlier in the broadcast. Hülkenberg, fighting Sargent, knows that if he's going to try and stay with the Japanese driver, he'd have to be inventive. This is on board with Lewis Hamilton.
Just bottom out and locked up.
Time for another overtake now with Sergio Perez. He's cleared the Haas of Nico Hülkenberg. And the RB20, the Red Bull car, behind, out of the slipstream, and that's an easy pass. Here's the chance for Lance Stroll. Wow, slam dunk stuff. 3 goes. This is Charles Leclerc. He's heading to the Variante Alta. Yeah, I thought he'd scampered over the chicane, and he just takes the route across the turns on the racetrack. Here's Stroll making the pass. He uses the DRS, he uses the greater speed, he uses the fresher tyres.
The main losses to Lando, turn 2, turn 6.
Yeah, my tyres don't work, mate.
Just information, Max, that's all.
Yeah, same for me.
Verstappen is complaining about it.
I see. Oh, good. I'm pushing, mate.
There he is. He can see the race leader. The laps are ticking down, and Max knows he's got to be just a little bit more careful on track limits, which might cost you a 10th or 2 a lap, just that in itself.
Can he let me by? Even more stupid.
And Lando happy to push turn 9 a little bit more.
I'm pushing as much as I can, mate.
Lando Norris has chased him all the way to the flag, but Max Verstappen will take back the top step. Max Verstappen wins in Imola. What a finish from those two across the line. It's new opposition for Verstappen, but the same result. Charles Leclerc completes the podium. And how wonderful was it to see two brilliant drivers battling all the way to the end of lap 63.
Yeah, it was very tricky at the end. I think at the start the mediums were good. I had very good pace there, but on the hard tires, it seemed like they were not working on our car. I never really got them, to fire up. And then of course, the longer you do the stint, the worse it gets. And the last 10, 15 laps for me were extremely difficult. It was like driving on ice, and I could see, of course, Lando closing in. And the last few laps I was pushing flat out while being, for my feeling on ice, it was so difficult to be consistent. But of course, very happy that we still won.
I mean, it was just too much to do. I got close, but then as soon as you get close, the tires just start to overheat. You lose a lot of downforce and grip, and it takes a couple laps just to kind of understand how to avoid some of that and how to drive in those conditions. Once I understood that, it was the last lap, and then I caught, but it was just too late. So, I mean, I caught 10 seconds or something in probably 16, 17 laps. So it was a good effort. A little too late.
Of course, I want more, and I wish we were on the first step of the podium today. However, it's the best we could do today. I think looking back at the weekend, I'm a bit more optimistic and a bit more positive compared to how I was feeling yesterday. For sure, we need to keep on working, try and obviously maximizing the potential and thought he was sliding. Maximizing the potential of the car, which for now there's still some to unlock. It's still relatively new, the upgrade on the car, so there's some things we can do to improve.
I mean, we need to wait and see all the data that we gathered today and ask the team, what they saw different between the two cars. We opted for two setup different in my car, and let's see if we find a direction for the next few races. It was a tough weekend. Obviously, qualifying dictates everything here. It will be the same in Monaco, so we need to do that perfect Saturday that obviously makes things easier for Sunday.
Yes, I was hoping for a safety car and then a kind of a NASCAR style waving by kind of thing, but nothing really came, and then we fell 2 laps back after the penalty. So not perfect. Pretty much out the pit lane. So as soon as I got up to speed and braked into turn 1, too much vibration, and the wheel nut wasn't on. It wasn't like it was totally off, but it was just a little bit of free play. So safe to come back, but not safe enough to race.